Hey everyone, off the Mike Sports Network here, kind of like gearing up towards WrestleMania Sunday. A big story that has come out in the last day or so um, is Bayley is not participating after winning the women's championship last year and seemingly being geared up in a random tag team match for the women's tag team titles with Lyra Valkyria. Um, she was taken out, kayfabe, due to an attack by a mystery assailant. It looks like they're doing the same thing with the Naomi thing that's geared up. And there's going to be a mystery attacker that's going to be revealed at some point who attacked Bayley to get into this match. Um, so Lyra Valkyria has got 24 hours to figure out a partner. It'll be named right before the match. Gee, I wonder who that's going to be in the same stadium where she returned from her pregnancy 4 years ago. Somebody who's Irish, somebody who knows Lyra very well. Guys, get real. Becky Lynch is the replacement here. There's no mystery here. It's going to be very cool to see Becky back. And do I have it? And there's been reports as to how this went down. A lot of people are kind of upset because Bayley is really a model citizen backstage. And, she's one of the leaders of this locker room. She got her due last year. And this was a creative plan in the works for a while. And I do have a little bit of a problem with that because they had something set up with Roxanne Perez that they seemingly just dropped. And then they threw this tag team together. They threw this tag team together with her and Lyra when they'd just been facing for the Intercontinental Championship, the women's Intercontinental title. And now here we are the day before WrestleMania. And, on the kickoff show, they just, write Bayley out of the storyline, which, it is what it is. There's some other pieces to this that I need to get to that are kind of dumb. But first and foremost, I think it's going to be awesome to see Becky Lynch back. It's a good move in that respect. A lot of people, who are, sickos or whatever, who are just, just hate everything, are going to just be like, oh, Becky Hogan roped her way back in. It's like, guys, this could have been the way to do it. And, rather than, do it on television, put her on a big stage, put her in a stadium, have her return. It has, the stadium has some lineage to her. She came back from her pregnancy in that stadium, in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So, it's fine. And rumors are Becky Lynch might turn heel, especially with her husband, Seth Rollins, turning heel on Saturday night. Maybe Becky's a part of this Hollywood faction that seemingly is growing with The Rock and John Cena and Paul Heyman and, Seth and her husband, and then, Travis Scott and all. Maybe that's what's going to be brewing here. And it's just going to be this big, giant collaboration of everything. She obviously wants to feud with somebody she has great respect for in Lyra Valkyria, who beat her for the NXT Women's Championship famously a couple years ago. So there's that element to this. But also, I think one thing that a lot of people might be missing, what if it's Roxanne Perez that attacked? What if it's Roxanne Perez that attacked Bayley? And maybe this is all the setup for Roxanne's big push up to the main roster. Now, that could be cool. I don't understand why they had to wait the day before WrestleMania to kind of heat up the storyline after they seemingly dropped it. So I'm sad for Bayley because that woman has done just about everything conceivably possible to, be relevant. She's missed a lot of WrestleManias due to injury. If you remember, 37, she just famously got beaten up by the Bellas. 38, she missed because she blew her knee out and had to miss over a year. She blew her knee out as they were ramping back to be back in front of fans. So that was unfortunate. And then, early on in her career, like she was kind of like, cast aside. 34, she was in a battle royal. 35, she was in a battle royal, I think. And then, 33, she was kind of like, got the championship a month too early, beating Charlotte Flair. And she won the championship. So like Bayley's had a great career, but this almost like with the way that the storyline was put together, and then with her kind of unceremoniously kind of being thrown out of the storyline in the name of Becky Lynch, in a lot of people's eyes, the bigger star out of the, the core four, the four horsewomen with her, Charlotte Flair, Bayley and Sasha Banks. Um, it sucks, but like I said, it's gonna be cool to see Becky Lynch back. Presumably that's the part. Like I said, I'd be stunned. There's more mystery around who Randy Orton's gonna face on Sunday, later on today. Um, then we get to the very interesting element, which is Mercedes Moné, who was in Rev Pro. And Mercedes Moné, I'm going to pull the tweet up here right now. Bear with me. I apologize, everybody. So Mercedes Moné, so basically tweets the following. Um, she tweets it looks like a fist bump, a phone call, and then like a money emoji happy face with Bayley, which seemingly got a lot of people to think, oh, maybe Bayley's leaving and going to AEW to team with her best friend. Psst, everybody. Bayley just signed a new contract with WWE. This is honestly, it's bordering on tampering. It might be just a rib or a joke, but still, it's dumb. It's dumb, okay? So before anybody gets out in front of it and thinks that, WWE hates Bayley and there's something here, something is going to come out of this. Does it suck that Bayley was tossed off of WrestleMania? Sure, it sucks. It sucks. And maybe this gets addressed in the match. Maybe Becky was the attacker, and then it gets revealed when she attacks, it's similar to the whole heel turn with Trish Stratus when they had their feud a couple years ago, where Trish attacked, Lita to get her out of the tag team match and ultimately led, ironically, to Liv and Raquel winning the championships from them. I think that was what happened. But it's just, guys, what are we doing? Okay. A lot of things that happen in this company happen for a reason. It's been a little clunky this WrestleMania. I don't like that a very talented and a very underrated and really, in some cases, undervalued performer in Bayley, especially a year after what she did for this company, gets tossed aside. But I'm here to tell you, if you think that this is any way or shape or form means that, Bayley, Pam, is going to the other place, that ain't happening. She loves Sasha Banks, but she knows, hey, that's a whole other thing. Okay? Come on. What are we doing? But this is nonetheless a very interesting story to follow. We'll have a lot of it. You get on the live stream, bring your chats, bring your super chats. We'll have a lot of fun here right before 4 o'clock local time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks to the 1,100 plus subscribers to this channel. It has been amazing. The support has been awesome. I love you guys. Thank you. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.